What's going on, guys? It is Shaheen from Shaw's Profits, and today I want to show you exactly how to make money with email marketing, and specifically 4 different ways you can actually make $100 per day with email marketing. Really, you can make more than that once you kind of scale things up. The beginning of everything is always going to be somewhat difficult, all right? Like the first 2 to 3 months are always like, if you can tough those months out, sometimes less, sometimes more, but generally speaking, I find 60 to 90 days of consistent action. If you don't waver, you can make this happen. All right, there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost a certainty, and you have to know that, because if you know that going into it, it makes those 60 to 90 days a lot easier to kind of withstand. With Kindle publishing, email marketing, I don't know, affiliate marketing, CPA marketing, drop shipping, whatever it is you want to do. But I find email marketing is fantastic. It is a good I want to say residual income source, because you still will be writing emails, and I'm gonna outline exactly how you can do them and the different types. But nothing, like I always tell you on this channel, we'll talk passive income, but nothing is truly passive. You're leveraging work that you do to make income while you're not there. I can send an email out right now, like today, and I know I can make large sums of money all the way throughout the week, and possibly even to the week after, depending on my offer, depending on what it is I'm doing. So in some ways it's passive, but I like to call it leveraged. So do subscribe to the channel, because I put out a lot of content like this. As anybody who knows me, anybody who's been on the channel, know that it's packed full of information. I really like to show you guys that what's possible online, and that you can actually make money, that you don't have to be superhero or anything like that. You don't have to be a freaking warrior or a ninja at this thing. You will become a ninja in time if you don't give up on it, but you can make money fairly fast. Within a year's time, you could have a 6, possibly even a 7-figure business if you just stick with it. You put all your gusto and might into it. So let's get into the topic. 4 ways to make $100 per day with email marketing. Number 1 is going to be the shotgun approach. All right, and you know what? I'm not even going to put number 1. I'm just going to do shotgun approach. Now, I personally am not the biggest fan of this, and you guys kind of probably will know what I'm talking about once I start talking about it. And a shotgun approach is basically having a really, really big pool of fish. Doesn't matter the quality of the fish. Doesn't really matter, if they're carp or catfish or anything like that. It's just a big pool of people that you have that you can throw whatever at, and sheer numbers will allow you to eventually make $100 per day. So the kinds of lists that you create from this are maybe like solo ad lists, where the quality of, solo ad, if anybody doesn't know what a solo ad is, it is just a little ad that you put in somebody else's e-newsletter. And that ad, people click on it, they'll get your free report or your free video or whatever it is, and they'll get onto your email list. I have done solo ad lists. They are, you can make money from them, but you're going to need a lot of them, because they're not the highest quality. They've been pitched to death, and it's pretty general, because solo ads, like, you can get solo ads in a lot of different niches, but the major niche solo ads are a big part of is the make money online niche. So you could get solo ads. There's actually a book for solo ads in like different niches, dating and golfing and things like that. So solo ads, while they can be profitable, you need a lot of people on there. And what you're going to do when you get these people on there is you're going to constantly pitch them. Think of any time you buy something from Warrior Plus. Also, JV launches, Warrior Plus launch, JV Zoo, etc. Whenever you do a launch on one of these platforms, you generally get a lot of people that get onto your email list, because you sell a low ticket product and you get a lot of people on there, much like solo ads. But with solo ads, you're not selling a product or anything. You're just giving them something for free. Still, the people you get from launches, I think, are better quality. I've done one of these launches and it made a lot of money. And I got a lot of people on there, and because I think my course that I sold was pretty good, I actually got a lot of long-time customers from there. So it also depends on how, relatable you are and how good of a, communicator you are and all that. But nonetheless, the kind of people that come from these lists and come from these sources are typically, with exceptions, there are lower quality. So a shotgun approach would be having like 5 to 10,000 people on your list that you've gotten from solo ads, maybe done a JV launch, and you are pitching every product under the sun to them every week. Every week it's like how to make $500 a day with this brand new method, this will make you rich, it's stuff like that, clickbaity stuff like that. That's kind of rubbish. But nonetheless, you'll get like an 8 to 15 to sometimes a 20% open rate on your emails with this, and you're hoping that like 1% of those people will buy. So you can obviously see 100,000 people on your list. Yeah, you'll probably make $1, $2, $3, $4,000 a day. Eventually. But like I said, I don't like this approach. I don't like doing this method too much, but you can make a lot of money with it. And all you do is you just rotate affiliate offers. You get an affiliate offer. Every new affiliate offer that comes from JVZoo, Warrior Plus, whatever, you're just kind of promoting the same thing everybody else is, but you're hitting people in the head so hard with it that some certain amount of people buy it. Like I said, you got carp, you got catfish, you have bass, you have three-eyed fish coming out of the San Francisco or the Bay Area's Delta, all that kind of stuff. You have all kinds of like crap fish. But you also have some good ones too. And like I said, I've done like Warrior Plus launches and solo ads, and I've actually gotten pretty good leads from them, but you need to have big numbers to do that, okay? So shotgun approach is one. A second approach is the client approach. And really what this is, you're going to be freelancing. Oops. You're going to be freelancing your email marketing services. Now, this can be an incredible way to make money when you don't have money, when you don't have contacts, when you're really on a shoestring budget and you need to make money today. Like, you can go out and you can start approaching local clients, although I don't really like local businesses too much unless they're making some money and they have some sort of an online presence. Generally speaking, with the client approach, you want to find people in a certain niche that are already marketing online. They know the value of marketing online. They either don't have the time to write their own emails, or they don't have the skill to write their own emails, but they understand email marketing can add an extra 25 to 50 to 75% to their bottom line. And if they don't know, you have to remind them, like, this is what it can do for you. And generally speaking, you could get on a retainer with a client for anywhere between, on the low end, like $1,500, $2,000 a month, all the way up to $5,000, even $10,000 a month, sometimes even more depending on your skill level. I think $3,000 to $5,000 a month is really the minimum I charge on a retainer deal for an email marketing service, where I'm emailing at least 3 to 5 times a week for them, and I'm managing their emails and everything. $3,000 to $5,000 a month is kind of my retainer. More like $5,000 a month. Although these days, as somebody, when somebody needs email marketing, I charge a lot. It's just I have so many things to do. My reputation is built now a little bit more, so I don't mess around with small stuff. But for somebody that $3,000 a month which is life changing, well, just one client can get you there. Okay, and they'll have their own needs and requirements for how emails should be written. You might find that they send out a weekly newsletter along with one pitch email every week. And so to not piss off the client, you want to stick to that, but at the same time, you don't want to do something that's not in their best interest, and that could be something that runs counter to their thought process. So if they think sending one email a week with one pitch a week is the best way to do email marketing for their business, you might find that they're wrong. You might find that pitching 4 times a week in one email newsletter is the way to go. Or you might find that pitching every day is the best way to go, and I'm actually going to get into a method for doing that. So you have to be the advisor to the client. You can't let the client dictate things to you. You have to tell Mr. Client that, look, I'm an email marketing professional. I know what to do. I know how to do it, and you need to listen to me and let me test things out. You might find that they get a lower open rate, or they start getting a higher unsubscribe, but they also start making more money. And when clients see that they're making more money, everything else kind of they put blinders onto them, basically. Losing subscribers and all that stuff. They're in it to make money, much like you are. So there's the client approach, right? Then there is the polarizing personality. Yeah. Approach. And I don't know why I capitalized the first and the last word and not the middle word, but That's how these things go, I guess. So the polarizing personality approach. Who are we talking about here? Think Ben Settle. Think Michael Cheney. All right, if you don't know who these guys are, look them up. Michael Cheney is a big affiliate. All that, like the shotgun approach, I know Michael Cheney kind of does. He has a big list of people, and he promotes kind of the same type of offers, but he doesn't do it like everybody else. He's got a very kind of witty, kind of a big brother, almost sometimes in your face personality. And as does Ben Settle. Ben Settle, get on his list because you'll kind of see what being polarizing is all about. He's kind of like the nefarious bad boy of internet marketing, whether he's like that or not in real life. I have no idea. Sometimes these guys are just keyboard gangsters. They talk a big game, but they're not actually like that in reality. But nonetheless, you don't have to be like, you could be a little wallflower in real life, but actually have this really badass persona online and make a lot of money from it. The thing with this is you're going to piss a lot of people off, but the people that you do attract to you are going to be like, flies to honey, right? Or bees to honey. They are really going to be attracted to your message. You have that polarizing persona where you're really just like, you are weeding as many people out as you possibly can that don't resonate with your message. You're being offensive sometimes. You're stating your personality, your opinions. You are really being in their face a little bit. Or you have a certain personality. I think Jim Cramer on TV, right? Think of Donald Trump, right? I mean, the guy is super polarizing, and you can see that like half the nation hates him, half the nation will die for him. And that's this approach, and I'm sure you guys could think of a few more. Now, with this, you could get away with pitching your product every day, and you could easily make $100, $200, $400, $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day using this approach. But you got to be comfortable with it, and you got to be cool with it, and you have to be able to take criticism, because you will get a lot of criticism. I mean, I already get a lot of criticism for what I do, just pitching my products and services and things like that. And I'm not even the most polarizing character, right? I mean, I might be a little polarizing, but I'm not the most polarizing character. So you can imagine if you put yourself out there like one of these guys, you're going to get hate emails. But I find that most of those hate emails are unfounded. You're not really going to have an issue. None of these guys, like I've told you in other videos, if they see you walking in the streets, they're going to put their head down and walk the other way. The same guys that threaten to take your life. So, I wouldn't be too concerned about that, negative criticism or anything like that. The third approach, and this is kind of my approach, the high ticket, we'll just say the high ticket approach. Now, this isn't to say that you can't do a high ticket approach, like with the polarizing personality or client approach or the shotgun approach is pretty difficult to do a high ticket approach, at least getting like these kinds of leads. You can do it, but like I said, it relies on big numbers. The high ticket approach is all about having a small email list, doing at least $5 to $7 for every person on your list, which is quite doable when you go this route. On your list. It is really a combined effort. It's a little deceiving to say this is like email marketing, because it's a combined effort with your kind of YouTube, Facebook, and email. Let's just like a trifecta of these three things. You're not emailing as often. People unsubscribe less. Subscribe less. You make subtle pitches, although I don't know, sometimes I'm not that subtle about my pitches, but I think I do it kind of gracefully in a way that doesn't piss too many people off. But, if you're on my email list, you'll notice that I put out usually an email. It's motivating. It's very, it might be full of information. It might be, it's meaty, but I make some subtle pitches to my course in there. Sometimes I don't pitch at all, but towards the end, I kind of leave a little blurb to my course, especially if there's a discount or a promo or something like that. And I do that for other lists too. And this is incredibly profitable. This is a great way to go, and it builds a lot of trust and a lot of lifetime value. This approach, you're coaching, you're consulting, like you'll have lifetime buyers, and anytime you put out a new product, there's a high chance people will keep buying your stuff. And with this, like, you only need 50 to 100 people to really make a lot of money. I suggest keep building your list, but you'll notice that with less than 1,000 people, you can make over $100 a day quite easily. All right, with this approach. And the high ticket approach, you want to have a combination of either high ticket affiliate stuff that you really stand behind, or your own product. Could be a lower ticket product, although I really think that you should always do a high ticket product. But you also want to throw in your coaching and your consulting with this, and that you really want to charge at least $500 an hour for, at the very, very least. Just starting out, get a couple of clients, charge less. But this approach, like I said, you're becoming somewhat of an authority in a smaller market, wherever it is, to where, there's a rabid need for information, but people aren't like, they're not coming in droves. It's a niche, it's a sub-niche to a niche, kind of, and you can really make a name for yourself with just 500 to 1,000 people and have an entire business built just on that. And I mean, you could do this in multiple niches too, and make $500 to $1,000 a day for every niche that you're in. I mean, just imagine that. So this is really it. This is the 4 ways to make $100 per day with email marketing. It's, like I said, you can make a lot more than that. There are gray areas with everything I said. There are overlaps with all these kind of approaches. Like, you could do a high ticket approach but have a polarizing personality like these guys do it. So these are kind of intertwined, but overall, I think you can kind of take away what I'm giving you options here, basically. And of course, if you're not doing this and you're just doing Kindle publishing, you can always get into 6-figure publishing, and I show you how to make at least $3,000 to $5,000 a month with your own Kindle publishing business. You could go higher than that, but that's a very realistic goal. At least if you want to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month, it's quite easy to do. There's a coupon code for that. It's going until March 31st, so get on that right away. It's $60 off. It is in the description below along with the course. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll coming out with nice and beneficial, useful, and profitable content like I try to always do. That's been it. This has been Shaheen at Shah's Profits. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Hasta luego.